Good morning, boys. Today we will continue that exercise number 5.3. That second sum I gave yesterday as a homework. F of x, so that f of x is equal to modulus of x is continuous at x is equal to 0. So I define a function. Clear? I define yesterday, I just elaborate that modulus of x, how do you represent? Plus x, that is x greater than or equal to 0, minus x such that x less than 0, isn't it? So now you have to find whether the function is continuous or not continuous. You have to apply the three conditions, that is right hand limit and left hand limit. When the right hand limit, left hand limit and f of x. So you have to show that continuous at x is equal to 0. This is very important. So you have to apply both left hand limit, right hand limit, then f of a. So when those three conditions are satisfied, then you can say that f of x is equal to modulus of x is continuous. Yesterday I did up to this. Now you have to replace, that is L f of x, left hand. Then what is it? 0 plus. It will be replaced by limit x goes to 0 minus f of x. Clear? So now you have to replace x by 0 minus h, because what is given? You are asked to prove whether the function is continuous at 0 or not. Clear? Therefore, x is replaced by 0 minus h. Replace in the question, that is limit h goes to 0 modulus of 0 minus h, which will give you h. Clear? Then h goes to 0. What will be the answer? 0. 0 is your answer. Similarly, r of, that is right hand limit, is equal to limit x goes to 0. Straight away I am writing that 0 plus f of x. Again x is replaced by 0 plus h. So replace the limit x, that is h goes to 0, modulus of 0 plus h, that is 0 only. Then f of 0 is equal to modulus of 0, which will given 0. So now you have to prove, that is L left hand limit, right hand limit is equal to f of 0 is equal to 0. So which implies f of x is equal to modulus of x is continuous function. Clear? So this is the process. Very simple. You have to replace always x by 0 minus h for left hand, for right hand 0 plus h. What is meant by 0? You are asked to check whether the function is continuous at x is equal to 0. If it is given at x is equal to 2, here you have to write 2 minus h, 2 plus h. You replace the final one f of 2. Clear? So here in this question you are asked to show that this is continuous at x is equal to 0. So next one, we have derivatives. So the continuous function may not be differentiated. So you cannot differentiate modulus of x. Clear? So where function may be continuous at the point, given point, but may not be differentiable at the given point. That is one concept. So based on that concept, maybe the given function continuous. To prove the continuous, you must prove the left hand limit, right hand limit, both should be equal, along with the f of x is also same. When all the three answers, that is L left hand limit, right hand limit, when you replace x in the question, all the three will be equal to 0 like this, then you may say this is a given function is a continuous function. Any one condition is not satisfied, then you have to write f of x is not continuous function, but all the continuous function may not be differentiated at the given point. Clear? So based on the concept, there are two examples are given in the exercise number 5.4. Before exercise 5.4, we have two examples. So after completing the two examples, then I will come to exercise number 5.2. So I just recollect how to find out the existency, left hand limit, right hand limit. When these two are equal, then you have to say the function has existency. Clear? For existency of the given function, you must prove left hand limit, this is the process. Right hand limit, this is the process. When these two are equal, then you may say that given function has existency. The given function exists. So after prove the given function exists, you have, if you replace x by the given points in the question, if you got the same answer, what we got from left hand limit, right hand limit. When all the three answers are same, the same function is called continuous. First you exist, then continuous, then you go for differentiate. There are three stages. Clear? First one, existency. For existency you have to prove left hand limit, right hand limit should be equal. When the left hand limit, right hand limit alone equal, then you may say that given function exists. When along with the left hand limit and right hand limit, if you substitute the given point x is equal to 0 in the question, we got the same answer. When all the L, R and the functions are same like this, then you may say the given function is continuous. Next stage is differentiate. Once you prove the function is given function is continuous, next we will go to differentiate. But you cannot claim that all the continuous function may be differentiated. That is not possible. Clear? Some cases you are not able to differentiate. That only we are going to see now with the help of some examples. That's what I am completing the first exigency, continuous, now differentiate. All the continuous function may not be differentiated at the given point. So based on that concept, we have two examples comes under exercise number 5.4. Once I completed these two, then I switch over to the exercise number 5.2. Boys, every day if you see the YouTube classes, you play screenshot of the first page. That will be indicating that standard subject and the class number. That is your attendance. If this is not there in your, please send through WhatsApp. I notice only 10 to 15 boys are sending the notes. Even if you are not able to send the notes, please at least you take screenshot of the first page and send to me for the attendance. Clear? Then when the reopening day, we will check your fair note. Now some example based on all the continuous functions may not be differentiated at the given points. So examples, I don't know what is the example number is given for the new version. This is old version, but I am writing to show that f of x is equal to modulus of x is not differentiable. Just now we proved f of x is equal to modulus of x is continuous. But you have to prove now it is not differentiable. Just now I said all the continuous function may not be differentiated at the given point. So based on the definition, we have to prove two problems. First one is given, it is not differentiable at x is equal to 0. But we proved already this is continuous function. To prove that differentiate, whether it is differentiable at x is equal to 0 or not, we have formula same, left hand limit. For left hand limit, that is L f dash of x, we denoted left hand derivatives. Left hand derivatives is equal to formula is f of x minus f of c by x minus c. So this is the formula to find left hand derivatives. For right hand derivatives, same formula, what will come here? R. But instead of, then this is general formula. Clear? So next you suppose to replace x by what? The given point. C is the given point. C minus h. Clear? This is x is equal to 0. So this C is the given point. So it will become like C minus h minus f of c by c minus h minus c. So this is the formula after replacing x by c minus h. C stands for the given points. Just now what you did for the left hand limit, right hand limit. There you are replacing some point minus h. Here I take the general form c minus h. This is general formula for left hand. What about the right hand derivatives, that is r of f dash of x is equal to same. You know right hand side means plus will become, sorry, minus will become plus. So c plus h minus f of c by c plus h minus c. Clear? So these two formulas. In this question, in the place of c, what is given? 0. Just you have to replace in the place of 0 and the functions, you will get the required answers. So now we will see that I am substituting both left hand derivatives as well as right hand derivatives. So what is left hand derivatives? L of f dash of x. Dash means derivatives. L of f dash of, so what is here x? Modulus of c minus h. What is your c? C is replaced by 0 because it is given 0. So c is replaced by 0. 0 minus h. Modulus, because modulus symbol is there. F of 0, that is modulus of 0. When you divide, see, plus c minus c get cancelled, we will get only minus h. So what will be the answer? Minus h will become positive, this minus h, so minus 1. So limit will be, what is the limit? Limit h goes to, here x goes to 0. Once you replace h, you have to replace the limit h goes to 0. Limit h goes to 0. As the same problem. Only the formula gets changed for continuous and derivatives. Only formula is different. So remaining part as it is you have to replace. Here limit goes to 0 plus limit c goes to 0 minus or x c minus x c plus. So depends upon the question you have to change. I straight away replace x by 0 in the function. Once if you write the given function in terms of h, your limit should be always h goes to 0. So you will get minus 1. Now you have to show that left hand limit, that is left is proved. Now you will go to right hand side of the right hand derivatives. Here you have to write limit. Just now I said I straight away started with writing. I am replacing straight away the question by 0 plus h. F of 0, that is in the place of x you have to write 0 plus h like what you did already for the existency and continuous function by, that is 0. Denominator what is there already? Plus c minus c get cancelled, get only h. So limit h goes to 0, modulus of h, this will become 0, h. So h gets get cancelled. So answer is 1. Now you see left hand limit is minus 1, right hand derivatives, left hand derivatives is minus 1, right hand derivatives is plus 1. These two are not equal, therefore f of x is equal to modulus of x is not differentiable at x is equal to 0. But whereas in the previous exercise we proved this is continuous, that is for limit, right hand limit, left hand limit and the functions. Here under the derivatives, left hand derivatives will get minus 1, right hand derivatives will get plus 1. So when these two are not equal, therefore modulus of x is not a differentiable at x is equal to 0, though that modulus of x is continuous, but it is not able to differentiate. That is the definitions. All the continuous function may not be differentiable at given points. Based on the definitions, we did one problem in the exam with the help of the examples. Clear? The same way you have to go to that example, next example. Clear? So I am going to now straight away exercise number 5.2. So I just recollect what are the things that you studied in 5th chapter. Existency. What is the rule for existency? Left hand limit should be always equal to right hand limit by replacing x by the given point minus h for left hand. For right hand, x is equal to the given point plus h. Clear? When those two limits are same, then you have to write the function as exist. The function may exist. Along with those two conditions, when the function itself satisfied with those two, that is left hand limit and right hand limit, then you may say the given function is continuous function. But if in the case of derivatives, continuous function may not be differentiate. Just now we seen that we have been seen one problem by taking f of x equal to modulus of x. So now we will go to the exercise 5.2 straight away, that is limit Indeterminate. What is meant by indeterminate? It's very simple. Just before I started to teach the existency for the given function. So these are the formats are not allowed. Infinity power 0, infinity into infinity, then 0 into infinity, 1 by infinity. So these are not, it is meaningless. So these type of answers are called indeterminate. When you started to solve any problems, that problem doesn't carry that answer in this format. Not only this format, some other format also. It should be meaningful one. If it is not meaningful, if it is not a meaningful one, those answers are called indeterminate form. So in the case of limit, you should not bring that answer in terms of indeterminate form. When the answer comes in indeterminate form, then you have to apply some basic concept, that factorization method. This you know already. You have to apply the factorization method, then normal simplification method, then you have to use some standard formula, which means a plus b the whole square, a cube minus b cube, a square minus b square. These are all called as some standard formula. Then rationalizing, you can apply the rationalizing method and factorization method, direct method. So you have to simplify the given problems when the answer is in terms of indeterminate format. When the answer is given in indeterminate format, you please follow that factorization method, rationalizing the method, that algebraic method, identity method, clear, and use some standard result. So standard results are given. We have some 7 standard limits. We have formula for the limit, 7 standard formula. Used on that concept, you have to solve the given problem in exercise number 5.2. You just refer the formula. So what are the problems need formula? I can take the formula from the textbook. You must take your textbook and see the some standard limits. Use the some standard limits. Under the some standard limits, we have 7 formulas. Use the 7 formula. If you are not able to factorize or rationalize or direct method. Clear? So exercise number 5.2. Question number 1. Evaluate the following. We have 6 subdivision under the question number 1. So first one, limit LIM, or you can write LT. Doesn't matter. You can write lim or LT. Limit x goes to 2. X cube plus 2 by x plus 2. So before you go to this problem, I want to tell you one thing. So if the denominator, so your aim is to don't lead to the denominator 0. When if you replace some value, what is given in the question by x, denominator should not be equal to 0. If you replace, suppose if I am giving minus 2, if you replace direct method, minus minus 2 power 3 plus 2 by minus 2 plus 2. So what will come here? Minus 8 plus 2 by 0. Anything by 0 is what? Infinity. So this is indeterminate form. It is not allowed. So you cannot replace straight away. You have to apply some algebraic concept, simplify. So what is the main aim? Your main aim is to don't bring the denominator as 0. That's all. You don't make it, don't allow that your process that leads the denominator as 0. That is very important. So if your process, that is your steps, your mathematical rules will lead 0 in the denominator, your answer is 0. In such a way you have to factorize, or you can apply any algebraic formulas. Clear? So don't make the denominator as 0. If you are, suppose sometimes if you replace straight away I got 0, what will do? You have to apply factorization method. That factorization means what? Including the algebraic identities. Clear? You can apply a cube plus b cube formula, try to eliminate numerator denominator for some terms, then you will get answer. Clear? So don't try to make the denominator as 0, especially when x goes to some other number. When x goes to infinity, then we have another one method. Clear? So be careful, keep it in your mind while you are work out this problem. Boys, you don't make the denominator 0. If you make the denominator 0, your answer is wrong when x leads to other than infinity. Other than, if it is infinity, then you can try to make the denominator 0. So now I can replace straight away by x by 2. So I got answer. I did not get 0 in the denominator, so I can replace directly. This is 8 plus 2 by 2 plus 2, which will give you 10 by 4. My answer is how much? 5 by 2. I got answer. Question number 2. Limit. I said already, limit LIM, or you can write LT, doesn't matter. X goes to infinity. The function is given 2x plus 5 by x square plus 3x plus 9. So now you have to replace. Just now I said, when x leads to infinity, then your aim is to bring the variable in the denominator. When x leads to infinity, so you cannot factorize. Is it possible to factorize? It's not able to factorize. So when x leads to infinity, that's very important, keep it in your mind. When x leads to infinity or some other variable n tends to infinity, the function is given in terms of x, therefore limit is also given in terms of x. When the function is given in terms of n, then n goes to, they will give some value. Here it is given x tends to infinity. If x tends to infinity, in the case of infinity, you must bring that all the variable in the denominator format, that is divisional format. Clear? Why you must bring the divisional form? Anything by infinity, what is your answer? 0. 0 is allowed. Anything by infinity, 0. So based on the concept, you have to bring down that multiplication of the variable x. When the variables are under multiplication, you please take the bring that variable as a divisional form, because anything by infinity is what? 0. Are you clear? Anything by infinity is 0. How do you replace by 0? How do you get the denominator to infinity? Only when x in the denominator. But x is not a c, 2 by x. If replace x by infinity, anything by infinity is what? 0. So my aim is to bring down that multiply the factor of x into divisional form. How to bring down? Very simple. Limit x goes to infinity, take x outside, 2 plus 5 by x over, what is the maximum degree? X square. So x square, what is that? 1 plus 3x by x square plus 9 by x square. Clear? Now this will be eliminated. This 1x get cancel. Limit x goes to infinity, 2 plus 5 by x over x into 1 plus 3 by x plus 9 by x square. So when you replace x by infinity, what will be the answer? 2 by 2 plus 0, because anything by infinity is always 0. So refer this one. Instead of 2, it is given 5, that's all. If you replace x by infinity, anything by infinity is always 0. By x, 1 plus 0 plus 0. So we will get 2 by, again I am replacing x by infinity. Anything by infinity is what? 0. So my answer is 0. So your main aim is to bring when x tends to infinity or any variable tends to infinity, you please bring that multiplication form into the divisional form like this by taking as common factor. So here the maximum degree is x square, you take x square outside. So after that you can see I got determinant form, not indeterminate form. Clear? Indeterminate form, just now I said infinity into infinity, infinity power 0, 0 power infinity. Those meaningless terms are called indeterminate form, but here I got determinate form exactly 0. Clear? So very simple, when x tends to infinity, you please take the maximum degree of the variable x outside. What is the maximum degree of x in the numerator? X. What is the maximum degree of x in the denominator? X square. Take outside, started to simplify, you will get answer. Clear? Now sum number 3. This is very simple. Only few problems you can use some standard limit that is there in the textbook. Refer the standard limits. Whenever you need, you can substitute. Now question number 3. Limit x, actually that is n, where n goes to infinity, summation n by n square. So what is mean by summation? N is natural number. The summation n is that you studied earlier in 10th standard. 1 plus 2 plus extra plus up to n. So what is the formula for sum of the natural number? N into n plus 1 by 2. This is the formula. So instead of given like this, they gave simply summation n. So you have to use this formula. Sometimes you may have summation n square. What is the meaning for summation n square? Up to n square. What is the formula? N into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. Same way summation n cube. N into n plus 1 by 2 the whole square. So you have to memorize. So just I am replacing the summation by n into n plus 1 by 2. So limit n goes to infinity n into n plus 1 by 2 over n square. Again just now I said when the limit is given as infinity, you try to make the multiplication under the divisional format. Limit n goes to infinity, I am taking this n outside, so it become n square. If I am taking n outside, it will become 1 plus 1 by n by 2 into n square. I can bring the denominator to the denominator. Both the n square get cancelled. So let limit n goes to infinity 1 plus 1 by n into this 1 by 2. Now if I am replacing n equal to 1 by, that is infinity, anything by infinity will give how much? 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. So 1 by 2. That is 1 by infinity is 0. Anything by infinity is always 0. Based on the concept, we will get answer for this question is 1 by 2. Clear? So next question number 4, that is rationalizing. This you know already you studied in 8th standard. Rationalizing the denominator. If it is given the search form, you place the radicals. Search format or radical format, you please go for rationalizing. Normally you people are thinking rationalizing means the denominator, not like that. You can take rationalize the numerator also. So now the question number 4, what is given? Limit x goes to 0, square root of 1 plus x minus square root of 1 minus x by x. So you have to rationalizing. If replace x is equal to 0, I told you already, you don't invite the denominator will become 0 by replacing x limits. That leads the wrong answer. It will give you infinity. Anything by 0 is always infinity. So be careful. So don't try to make the denominator 0. If you replace straight away x by 0, I got some term by 0, that is not accepted. That is indeterminate form. To avoid the indeterminate form, you have to take rationalizing the numerator. 1 plus x plus will minus will become plus. You know how to take rationalizing that terms. So x, that is 1 plus x plus square root of 1 minus x. Now in the form a minus b into a plus b. So whenever you take rationalizing the numerator or denominator, that will source always a square minus b square format. So based on that formula, I can write this is a and this is b. A minus b, a plus b, which will give you what? A square is square root of 1 plus x the whole square minus square root of 1 minus x the whole square by x into square root of 1 plus x plus square root of 1 minus x. So limit x goes to 0, try to simplify more. So square and square root get cancelled. So 1 plus x minus 1 plus x by x into square root of 1 plus x plus square root of 1 minus x. Clear? So these to get eliminated, I got limit x goes to 0, 1 plus 1, that is 2x by x into square root of 1 plus x minus square root of plus 1 plus, sorry, 1 minus x. Now this x get cancelled. Now if you replace x by 0, you never get values, denominator never goes to 0. So to eliminate this x only, we are taking this many process. Clear? So now x is cancelled. What is the remaining answer? Limit x goes to 0, 2 by, I am replacing x by 0. When I am replacing x by 0, 1 plus 0, 1. Square root of 1 is 1. 1 plus 1, that is leads 2 by 2, which will give you 1. That's all answer. When you replace x by 0, you will get 1 plus 1, that is 2. 2 by 2, 0. Clear? Next, we will go to the fifth sum. For the fifth sum, you have to take some standard limits. I told you already, to solve these type of models, you have to remember the algebraic formula, factorization, rationalizing. Apart from those three, you have to memorize some standard limits for this problem. Clear? So what is standard limits for this problem is, first one, the formula limit x goes to a, x power n minus a power n by x minus a is equal to n into a power n minus 1. This is one formula. Whenever I need the required formula for the given question, I'll write. For the question number 5, you must need this formula. Limit x goes to a, x power n minus a power n, x minus a into n into a power n minus 1. This is very important. When the x goes to 5, the function should have only 5, 5. If it is given 6, 6, then you cannot apply this formula. That's what I clearly mentioned. That if it is a, say I wrote a. When the limit goes to b, then b power n, b power n minus 1. So be careful. So based on the concept, we will see now sum number 5, limit x goes to a, that is x power 5 by 8, 5 by 8, a power 5 by 8 by x power 2 by 3, a power 2 by 3. Sir, how do you proceed, sir? The formula x power n, a power n, denominator that both x and a doesn't have any power, but here the x has power 2 by 3, a has 2 by 3. So how do you apply that formula? There you have to use your little IQ. So based on the formula, the numerator has whatever the power, but should be same. Here n, x also has power n, a also has power n. In the same way, in the question, the x power 5 by 8, what about a power 5 by 8? So powers are same. So you can apply this formula. Only problem is the denominator. We don't have a denominator without power. We have some power. So for which I want to bring the numerator as well as the denominator in the standard form, so that I am dividing each numerator and the denominator by x minus a. So I am dividing the numerator and denominator by x minus a. So I can easily approach this formula. Limit x goes to a, x power 5 by 8 minus a power 5 by 8 by x minus a. I am dividing the numerator and also denominator, so that there won't be any difference in that originality of the given question. Because denominator by denominator you can easily cancel. So based on the concept, I am dividing the numerator by x minus a. Why I need to divide the numerator by x by a? Because it is given the base of both the term as x and a, numerator as well as the denominator. Therefore, I am dividing by using the base. If it is given x minus some other number or letters, you have to use only those two. Clear? So now this will become how much? See, x power n, x power 5 by 8 minus a power n, a power 5 by 8 by x minus a, by x minus a. See, same concept. In the place of n, what is given? 5 by 8. That's all. So I can replace the numerator by using the formula. N is 5 by 8. What is a? A is there as it is. Don't think that for all the problems you will get a. You will get some other number also. Just you have to compare. X power n, x is the base. What is the power? 5 by 8. So x, a is a, 5 by 8 minus 1. I am applying this formula. Over denominator, same concept. x same base 2 by 3. Same base 2 by 3. So x minus a. So what will be the answer? 2 by 3 into a power 2 by 3 minus 1. So here you have to simplify 5 by 8 into take reciprocal 3 by 2 into a power, when the base are same you have to subtract or add plus 2 by 3 plus 1. Clear? So when you subtract these two, this minus 2 by 3, this become plus, these two eliminated, remaining things you have to apply the cross multiplication and you simplify, you will get answer. Clear? So just you have to simplify and write. That is the required answer for the question number 5. Only one problem is left in the same Roman number. Just we will complete. Then remaining problems we can see in the next class. Clear, boys? So whenever YouTube class telecast on YouTube, you please take screenshot of this and send to me through WhatsApp. That is very, very important. The last one, limit x goes to 0, sine square 3x by x square. So we have one formula, limit x goes to 0, that is theta goes to 0, sine theta by theta is equal to 1. So we have one standard limits. I told you already some formulas are there, isn't it? Some standard limits, theta goes to 0, sine theta by theta is equal to 1. I am going to apply this method. I already informed you how to replace. What is the meaning for sine cube 3x? Actually, sine 3x the whole cube only we are writing as sine cube 3x. Clear? So don't confuse. Don't think that sine sin alone have 3. Not a meaning. So sine 3x the whole cube only can be written as sine cube 3x. So based on the concept, when you square this number, you are supposed to get how much? 9x square. Clear? That is square. So when you square this one, sine square, the square of 3x is 9x square. So x square is the denominator. Based on this formula, what is there along with the sine that should be there in the denominator. So by comparing these two, x is x, but when you square, it is square or cube, it is given square. So when you square the 3x, you are supposed to get how much? 9x square. But what is given already in the question? Only x square. So to get 9x square, how to get 9x square? You have to multiply the denominator and divide by 9. You divide and multiply the denominator alone by what? 9. Why? Because when you square this 3x, you will get how much? 9x square. X square is there already. To apply this formula, I should have 9. So I multiply the denominator by 9 and divide. Clear? So therefore, now this will become what? That format. The 9 will go to the numerator. So 9 into sine square 3x by the whole square, limit x goes to 0. So based on that concept, it will become 9 into 1 square, that is 9 into 1. What will be the answer? 9. Clear? So you have to apply some standard limits to prove these problems. Be careful. So what is your angle with the sine 3x? X square is given, so I need the square of 3 is 9. So to get 9x square, I am multiplying, dividing only in the denominators. Then I can apply that standard limits formula. I got the answer as 9. Clear? We will see the remaining from the next class, boys. Thank you.